All right, guys, I'm back again. Usually, as I always say, whenever I'm back, it's because I got something new. But this is something I actually had to get. And for usually, what I usually do is I go out and I buy a gun that someone doesn't want and it's in my collection. But as of recently, well, not as of recently, my wife made me promise not to buy any more weapons. So pretty much I got to keep my weapons at a certain number. And so in order for me to buy something new, I have to sell something old. And the gun I decided to sell was my M&P 9. Got rid of that. I didn't mind getting rid of it because the fact is I didn't shoot it very well. I didn't shoot it very often at all, to be very honest. And if I am, once I work out a deal with my wife to purchase new guns and add to my collection, I plan on getting the M&P 9 2.0 anyway. I like it. I've actually fired it. It shoots very well. I really, really like that gun. So that's something I wanted to add to my collection anyway. And I didn't want two M&P 9s, one 2.0 and just the one regular. So it doesn't really matter. But getting to the point of what this video is for today. All right, so I purchased something new. I'm going to show you what it is. And it's something everyone has sought. And here it is right here. It is the CZ. And you guys pretty much know which CZ it is. It's the CZ P07. Oh, sorry, P07. It's the CZ P10. Sorry. P07. I was just messing with my P07. So that's why I said that. All right, so let's show you what comes in the box. It comes with standard stuff. Now, this one came with two mags. The other mag's in the gun. Comes with two back straps. The small one's on the gun right now. Comes with its cleaning supplies. The standard gun lock. It came with a, I'm pretty sure, spent casing somewhere here. Or it didn't come with a spent casing. I think it came with, hold on, like the digital printout of where it's shot. And it came, where is it? I know I saw it, just looking at it. Yeah, here it is. The digital printout of where all the bullets landed. And stuff. It comes with that. I don't know if you guys can see that. Alright, and all the other literature that it's standard, it comes with standard. This one, for whatever reason, didn't come with a spent casing. I have no idea why. Usually, most guns do. I don't remember if any of my CZs actually came. This is the actual receipt. And I sold my other gun to a army buddy of mine, so he now has my M&P. Now, moving on. Oh, by the way, guys, I like the mag it comes with. Not because it's metal, whether it's metal or plastic, I don't really care. Really, the reason why I like it is the bright red or whatever color this is, follower that it comes with. I like it because when I'm shooting, I like to look inside my gun, and when I, not look inside, but I kind of turn it to the side real fast to look. And sometimes, depending on what kind of, some ranges are dark. I'm getting a little older, so seeing things becomes a little bit far more difficult for me. So this is bright red, and I can clearly see the gun is locked back. Now, most of the time I can see the gun's locked back, but I can clearly see the magazine is totally empty. I know it's empty. So I like that. Also, they've made some changes compared to the P07. With the these mags can fit into the P07, but the old P07 mags do not fit in the P10. And these are pretty good mags. I think the only difference is this cut right here. That's the only difference. But for the most part, pretty good gear. CZ always comes out with good stuff. I've become a serious CZ fanboy, I guess you want to call me. Here's the gun right here. And here's the CZ. She's got all her grit and oil and all the stuff she came with. I like it. CZ is pretty much anyone who's watching this video knows. CZ entered the striker fired market. And they've been saying they did it right. Whether they did it right or not, I don't know. I haven't fired the gun yet, so I don't know how she shoots. But I have been dry firing her, and the trigger actually does feel very good. The reset is what I'm far more impressed with. It's a very short reset. The break is very crisp, and if you look at the trigger, I don't know if you can see that right there, but if you look at the back of the trigger, how big it is, you get a full, and to be honest, if you look at the trigger, it's almost straight down. It's not, there's a slight angle in it. It curves just a little bit, and it has the little, what do they call it, dingus? I forgot what they call this. but that safety trigger, I don't know what it's called, so I'm not gonna pretend to know. To pretend to know what it's called, but it has that in there. But outside of that, it's really easy. So when you pull the trigger, it's real crisp, and you're gonna see how short the reach, right there, bam. It's bam. It goes and bam, you can just reset it. It's nice. Another thing that CZ changed in this gun is how the slide rides on the frame. Usually the slide rides inside the frame. This one, the slide rides outside the frame, like normal guns, or the majority of guns. When I say normal, I'm gonna say the majority of guns on the market. That's how they ride. But CZ has done something different. Or had done something different. I don't know. And most of their guns ride with the slide inside the frame. This one is riding outside the frame. That's different for them. I'm kind of used to them having it ride inside the frame. Another thing well, outside of that, I think that's the only thing different they've done. Pretty much they've done everything standard. On this one, everything's pretty much ambi. Magazine releases ambi. The slide, let me not call it a slide release, because you can't release this shit for anything. Pretty much when it locks back, if you wanted to bring this thing home by pushing down on the slide, let me call it a slide lock. I'm not gonna call it a slide release, because you can't, as much as I push it, you can't get it. Pretty much, I'm guessing you gotta pull the slide all the way back and bring it home like that. That's what you gotta do, because outside of that, you ain't getting that shit down for nothing. But the slide lock or slide release, whatever you want to call it, is on both sides. The magazine release and the slide release is on both sides. They have this little indentation here so you can strip the mag real easy. Bam. Pretty much that is all the gun. Now, people were talking about the stippling on the gun being very aggressive. For me, I didn't find it very aggressive at all compared to the P07, which I have here. P07, the stippling on the P07, to me, I wanted it to be far more aggressive. I'm used to having what do they call those calluses on my hands, so I guess I just don't feel it because I work out. And to me, this doesn't have enough grip. I would probably want to get it stippled a little bit more so I can have a lot, so I can feel it, just kind of catch into my hands. You know what I mean? I like that. I like the P07. Now, here's another thing that I've been hearing, and they probably pretty much said it from what I've read, that CZ was going after the Glock market. And if they are, I feel bad for Glock, because as of right now, the ergonomics on this gun makes me like the gun far more than Glock. I am still a Glock fan. I still buy a Glock if they come out with something new, more than likely. But I haven't purchased any new Glocks. I've purchased quite a few new CZs in recent years. So, and here's my Glock 19 right here. I've owned this Glock 19 for 16 years. So she's pretty old. I've had her a very, very long time. Now, looking at the Glock 19, they're chasing the market. To me, the Glock 19 is still smaller and it feels a lot lighter than this, the P07. Now, people have already spoken about the angle of the Glock. It's not as ergonomic as the P07. It's a P07. I don't know why I keep saying that. The P10. The P10 is extremely ergonomic compared to the Glock. The stippling is far more aggressive. I like it. I get a good grip. I haven't fired it. People say it digs into your hands. I don't know. This is 9mm. I don't see it digging into my hands. It has the 3-dot sights. Everything about it I like. The forward serrations, the rear. There's nothing I can't say about this gun. But once again, I'm looking at my Glock here and it's just as good. I saw one video I was looking at on YouTube where these guys were putting Glock to rest. I don't think Glock's out of the market yet. Glock will come up with something. But as of right now, CZ is throwing a pretty big punch. Oh, that's speaking of big. I'm gonna try. Let me take this apart, and I'm gonna have my son cut this, and then I'll come back. Give me a minute. All right, now that I'm back, I've taken apart these two weapons. Now you can clearly see the CZ is slightly longer than the Glock. Now, here's what I've noticed is how big this. I took it apart. I didn't realize how big the actual barrel is on this. Let me get it out just a minute. If you look at the sheer size of that barrel, let me bring it up close so you guys can see it. It is fucking huge. It's a monster. It's greasy, so I just got it, haven't shot it yet. Compared to me, matter of fact, let me pull it out, and I'm gonna show you the Glock in comparison. That thing is fucking huge. Look. Now, I don't know what it is, whether they're gonna come out with a 40 and then you can change out the barrel. I have no clue. But if they make a 40 version of the P10, I want to see how big the barrel for that's going to be, because this is a really, really beefy gun. This is like, whoa, it's huge. I'm sorry, not this. This one is. Tells you how much I know, right? But it's ridiculously big. I don't think the internals are the same. Obviously, they're not. But it's extremely beefy. I've never seen something this big for a gun. Now, I probably have and probably didn't remember. Let me put it back in, because it's a little difficult here. There we go. I'm pretty sure it goes down here somewhere. And I'm fucking this up some way, somehow. And it goes on just like a normal Glock. Let me stick her in there. Give me a minute, guys. I'm having a hard time sticking her back in. There we go. There we go. There she is. I'll put the magazine back in and put her back in the frame, and I'll put my Glock together, which is a fairly easy thing for me to do. All right, but that's one of the things I wanted to show you. They went bigger, they went stronger. I was like, whoa! I didn't realize how much bigger it was. It was huge. But I'm gonna find out how good she truly is when I shoot her. Like I said, the trigger feels good. That's the main thing I've been hearing about this gun, is how good the trigger is for a striker-fired gun. The Walter, so far people said is a little bit better, but for what it is and what you pay, I paid just under $500, like literally $4 under $500. I'm pretty sure had I waited a little longer, the price would have dropped a little bit. But I wanted the gun. I've been hearing so much about it, so I decided I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna go ahead and get the gun. All right, guys. When I shoot her, I'll let you know how she does. Thanks, guys.